Thank you both so much for being here. Let's just start here, Sheikh. Talk about Vision 2030 and how you see AI fitting into this ultimately being realized.
Look, first, thank you for hosting us. Now, we are on the third day of the forum, and I think we hear it from the first day from the Prime Minister, from all the leaders and the decision makers of Qatar, and it will give you one theme. The National Strategy Vision or the National Vision 2030 is not a blueprint policy, it's something on the ground. Qatar is executing this on the ground. And on top of that, or to add to that, we have the Digital Agenda 2030, which is covering our sector, the telecom sector, and all the other sector. Qatar already committed around 2.5 billion or over 2.5 billion USD for AI initiatives, for digital transformation, and again, investing, or with the current level of investment on the AI, we expect the AI to contribute maybe between 2 to 3 billion on the national economy. Imagine if we increase the investment or the investment level there. Now, part of that strategy is to create jobs. And when we talk about jobs here, we are talking about AI and ICT. We expect more than 27,000 jobs to be created in the upcoming years to fulfill that strategy. Now, where is Ooredoo from all of this and how we are dealing with the AI itself? First of all, we have one way of working, partnership. That's why we will partner with Microsoft, with others, to make sure that we are enabling this strategy and supporting, let's say, the implementation of these initiatives in the upcoming years. And AI, and with the investment that we're seeing in the AI in the region, definitely there is more to come to Qatar about the AI. And we assume, again, with all the discussion around the investment, building the data centers, and the demands that we see from the market and from the customers, especially for the AI, I think we can go beyond the current levels.
Lana, can you talk about the partnership and how that builds on to part of what Sheikh was just explaining there?
Of course. First, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. And of course, building on what Sheikh Ali have been saying, I think we as well started from this vision and strategy of Qatar. And we actually, when we talk about AI, we usually put it in 3 pillars. One is the strategy, the investment that Sheikh Ali talked about, as well as the regulations policies. 2 is the infrastructure and the AI infrastructure or data center footprint that needs to be in the country to power the AI. And 3rd is, which most of the countries today are trying to figure out, which is the diffusion of AI. Diffusion of AI in 2 pillars, people and technology, how to empower industries, find the right ROI for the AI use cases across industries, because we all know the impact of AI across the economy, across the industry, on people, on every aspect of our lives. Even today, the new generation maybe use AI more than all of us in our organizations. I think it is important that we use AI in the right way and use it for the right purpose and to generate the right impact for the industry, for the country, and for the people. And this is why the diffusion of AI is very important as well. On the partnership with Ooredoo, to be honest, because of Qatar being the first in seeing, to be honest, this digital strategy, I think even Microsoft, in partnership with Ooredoo and others, we have brought the first data centers in the region to Qatar in specific. And recently, we have announced in partnership with Ministry of Communications and Information Technology, bringing Azure OpenAI to Qatar and starting to expand our AI infrastructure within these data centers in the country.
What excites you about that, especially when you think about bringing this to the region and making Qatar be the first stop on that journey?
Look, when we first did that, as I said, we were focusing on 4 key things. But the most exciting back then when we brought it is the digital transformation agenda the country had. From the FIFA World Cup happening in Qatar, from their aspirations on healthcare, on education, on transportations and aviation. So you have key strategic pillars in Qatar that you can literally start transforming in the country and also expanding to the globe. So going from Qatar to the globe. And this is the main things we positioned Qatar not only as an energy, of course, because they have the energy, they have the infrastructure, we have the right partnership, and the right also partnership, whether with the private sector like Ooredoo, whether with the government, from vision, strategy, and the right partnership at this level.
And so much of the success will hinge on, Sheikh, on the infrastructure, meeting the demand. Can you talk about how that has evolved over time and what your goal is for 2030 as we near that time?
See, talking about infrastructure, again, let me put it in two ways. The typical telecom infrastructure that we have, and in addition is the data centers. Now, for us as Ooredoo, we took the decision that we will always continue investing because we are the digital champion of or Qatar champion of digital transformation. So it means that we need to enable the infrastructure. We need our infrastructure to be more intelligent. By doing that, we need to invest. We need to expand in our data center. We have around 5 data centers that exist in the market. We need to have more capacity. We need to invest to build the new data centers. But again, doing that, it means that we need to accelerate the adoption of the AI tools. So accelerating this adoption, it means that we need to have this AI in the orchestration of the infrastructure, on the customer service, on making our system from reactive to proactive. And believe me, investing in the right tools, again, it will help you to enhance the preventive maintenance because we all hear on the news the outages happening in certain countries, and these outages even happening on telecom infrastructure or even of our infrastructure. So again, here where you can see the importance of the AI and the importance of the investment. Now, you will do the typical investment. Again, we will put more antennas. We will do whatever we need to do. But again, there is more. The technology is progressing and evolving day after day. So we need to continue investing in the right innovation. And that is the theme that we adopted now in Ooredoo, that we need to bring the innovation to Qatar. It's not only investing in a typical infrastructure. Go beyond that. Go and invest in the innovation and be the first to lead in this innovation, because we still believe that there is a number of, let's say, sectors and verticals in Qatar is looking for this innovation and for this investment, and they're looking to us. We had this meeting, a couple of meetings with some of the representatives of those sectors, and they all ask us to do more. And again, to do more, I'm talking about financial sector, aviation, health, education. We are in all of them, even transportation and logistics. All of them need the right infrastructure. So again, we cannot, let's say, have the thinking of only having a percentage of our EBITDA and let's target this. This is not anymore what we are looking for at Ooredoo. We are looking more to invest in Qatar and to make the network and to make the technology available for everyone, to enable everyone. And this is the theme that we have in Qatar.
What makes Qatar the right place, though, to continue building on this? We talk about energy and a lot of the needs. What do you think is the key determining factor to help make this ultimately be a success?
Because we have a decision in Qatar for a long time to be first in investing in the advanced technology. This is something from the 90s until here, when the GSM came, when the fiber came. On the fiber time, when people talking about business cases, there was no business case, but we took the decision, let's invest on the fiber to enable the country. And today, this is the decision in the AI. We need to invest, we need to continue, and we see the demand. And as I said earlier, the strategy is there. And every sector, every leader in that sector, they would like to spend. They would like to move that sector. And to do that, they need technology. And talking about the technology again and again, yes, we are talking about investment. We're talking about data. We're talking about all of that. Don't forget that Qatar, we have the power, which you need to supply these infrastructure, especially the data center and the advanced data center with the power. And Qatar, we have this power. So again, that's why, in addition to different reasons why Qatar is the right one, because again, Qatar is the right, let's say, option for a lot of investments, as we can see around, let's say, the event on the previous days. A lot of investors here, the talk about the technology and Qatar being a hub for the startups. That's why we need to continue to invest.
Do you agree with that, Lana, especially when you look at some of the other markets that you operate in? What's been the change factor here in this market?
Look, the good thing is when we came to Qatar, we came in a partnership spirit. We know why Qatar. And it's from many elements. If we look at it, I totally agree with Sheikh Ali. Number one is the visionary leadership strategy for the country. It enables you to do stuff. And if you have this vision at this leadership, So you have this drive to innovate, not to only be a consumer of technology, but to also how can you produce technology and how can you go into a knowledge economy. So this is one. Number two, they worked heavily on the regulations, policies. And by the way, just to let you know, even at Microsoft, we see the policies, the cloud policies and regulations because we worked hand in hand with the regulators in the country 5 years ago when we were bringing the data center. They're one of the top in the region. I think they're one of the most advanced in the region. So from regulation policies, which is critical for when you bring in cloud, when we're bringing AI. Three is the advanced infrastructure that Sheikh Ali has been talking about for years, many years back, whether it comes from networking to infrastructure, that allows us to come and establish in the country, in addition, of course, to the power and energy. So if you put all this together, from vision to policy regulation, to the advanced infrastructure, it sets you to come and open. But not only that, what makes Qatar special is its ability to execute, not only to really bring that, but execute in it. So how can they really transform industries? How can they really use cloud to transform organizations? How can they really use AI to impact every industry in the country and do AI and technology for real impact? And we have seen it across many organizations in the country, and and Qatar have demonstrated it in every single big event they have been doing here.
Can you speak more to realizing some of these real-life use cases of AI into various parts of the economy, public sector? What is that going to look like over the next few years?
Sure, today we know how it looks like because I think Qatar have implemented the first digital World Cup, fully digital, amazing with I think everybody have been talking about the experience, the digital experience that was created there. Also, I'm going to talk about AI today, but then I'm going to talk about AI tomorrow.
Yep.
The use cases they have created across the government, from agents and chatbots to improve citizen experience, improving support centers. I think the Ooredoo bot is one of the use cases to increase citizen engagement. That have been doing and also optimize or increase satisfactions of customers with the citizen engagement. There is one that is also, there is a lot, but I want to say one because it has been done so recently and it really talks a lot to how can AI support the organization is now using agentic AI, not only AI. Wow. So how can AI as well support in taking action? I know a lot are afraid of where this will go, AI taking action on behalf of humans. But I think this being done in the right framework, in the right approach, with the right guardrails, because this agentic approach also have human interference. It cannot run with no human interference. And this is where, if we manage to do this, for example, one of the e-services in the government used to take 5 to 7 days, one process. We have just implemented agents and AI on top of this process because before, you used to apply AI on processes. Today, you don't do that. Today, you agent the process. So you take the process, rethink about it, make it agent-based, and then run AI into the process. So with this, we managed to move it from 5 to 7 days to be done in minutes. Wow. And to consume more than 1,000 requests per day, where 1,000 requested 50 to 60 people over 7 days. So these is the optimizations and efficiency AI can produce across the government. It doesn't mean these people will have no work. It means these people can be optimized and be more productive in doing something different. And this is why we don't think AI will replace people. AI will just make us more efficient, more productive, help us increase our ROI or investments in technology. At the same time, make people more productive and do much more with less in the background.
Sheikh, can you answer that as well? What does this look like, the AI for tomorrow, as Lana was alluding to there? What does that look like here in Qatar, in your mind?
I will talk about the AI for tomorrow, but first I need to say what is the AI of today for Ooredoo. Because again, for us, with Microsoft and with the support of Microsoft, in February we announced that we will have our digital assistant, which is based on chatbot. We call it OBOT. We announced it in Feb. It's on the market in May. And this digital assistant is the first one, let's say, fully powered by 360 omni-channel, which allow all the channel, or will make our customers have seamless, basic or seamless and smart experience through all our channels. And the back end and front end of that one is also integrated through the omni-channel. And that with the great support of Microsoft. Beyond that, we have our data scientists. They are using AI heavily in their day-to-day tasks, especially on analyzing the big data that we have. Again, as telecom provider, we have a lot of data. So managing and monetizing the data is important, and letting our data science using the AI to help them on the critical decision whenever it's required. It's great tool, honestly, and it helps us even to start thinking and designing what we need to give to our customers, and even based on the behavior of the customer. Beyond that, we still have more and more, let's say, AI tools that has been adopted within Ooredoo. Especially before, also I need to mention the ESG, because we have an ESG ambition. Based on that, we already implement a tool which help us to reduce the consumption of the energy by 2.3% annually, which is, again, it's a great tool. So just while we are talking about tomorrow and agentic AI and all of that, agentic AI, maybe it came recently, a few months back. Today, we are talking about certain AI initiative. I assure you that after a few months or weeks, we will start talking about something new and the AI. In the AI era, if you are not fast, if you are not accelerating the adoption of the AI, whatever speak that we are doing today about the AI, it will be ages after a few weeks from now, because people is advancing, the technology is advancing. Even, again, on manufacturing and developing these chipset also globally, things are different. So we are talking about a different AI tools, a different, let's say, capability that we will see it in the near future.
Let's finish up on the talent pool being there. You talk about the how fast things are moving within the industry. How do you keep up with that? How do you have the talent to continue to keep up as things are progressing? Lana, maybe you start?
Sure. Look, people and talent are key, is a key pillar in AI, enabling an AI economy. It's one of the key pillars and one of the most pressing challenges as well, because you need to make sure you reskill the current workforce. At the same time, expect the new workforce to come into a workforce where need to be reskilled, and at the same time having the massive amount of change that AI is going to bring to an organization. Changing jobs will become much more often within organization as AI enters the organization, and as other organizations adopt AI. So this is where skilling, reskilling, and AI skilling initiatives are core for any country. By the way, I just want to say, in Qatar, before we launched the data center, of course, in partnership with the government, we launched the Digital Center of Excellence 1 year before the launch of our data center, with the focus mainly on how to drive digital skilling for people. So far in 4 years, we skilled and reskilled 50,000 people in Qatar on technologies, whether it's cloud, whether it's AI, whether it's cybersecurity. And today we're expanding it, of course, with the Ministry of ICT. We want to expand it further because of the introduction of AI. So what can we do differently to skill people differently over the next period because of AI coming into the picture? So this is why it is critical for every nation to adopt these skilling initiatives at scale, nationwide, and of course, cascaded down to industry and organizations. Even us, to be honest, we are a technology vendor. Microsoft, we are unable to cope with the amount of change as employees in AI. Every day we learn a new model. Every day we learn a new technology. So it's becoming, learning should be now part of every organizational culture. And I think one of the key behaviors of even hiring should be a learning mindset, because this is where it will really develop the talent for the future.
The regulation and the innovation go hand in hand. Sheikh, would you like to close us out?
See, I will agree with Lana, like recruiting the data science and having those AI expert on the market is not easy, and it's challenging, as Lana said. However, again, because in Qatar we don't accept just saying there's challenge and that's it. Our education institution is every year now start producing, or let's say delivering to the market a data science based on the Qatar education system, which is, again, it's helping us because we see the growing of the local talent. And we see also the people who's coming to Qatar because they believe that there is a dream here. They can deliver it. So they are here. They are studying here. So again, as much as it is a challenge, but again, we start seeing that the local market is giving, or the local community is giving back to us what we expect from them, which is a talented people to lead the innovation in the country.
It sounds optimistic based on what you two said. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you everyone for listening to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.